to Tales and Tales for Summer Reading at Branch District Library. This week we are starting Summer Reading Program 2021, and we will have for the next 6 weeks programs and grab-and-go kits for ages 0 to 12. And this week we are starting out with our birds theme. And we have some special friends with us today that are going to talk about baby sensory time and how to use feathers in that baby sensory time. But to get started for today, we're just going to start with a hello song. And Miss Angie will sing the song, and our friends will play with the babies and join along. So here we go. Welcome to our baby time, our baby time, our baby time. Welcome to our baby time. We're here to have some fun. We'll reach up high. We'll reach down low. We'll wiggle our fingers and tickle our toes. Welcome to our baby time. We're here to have some fun. Now, our little guys here are on their backs, but if baby's having a hard time on their back and want to be up, it works for that too. I'm going to hold up this doll that I'm using so that you can see what I'm doing a little bit easier. And if you have an older child, baby feather sensory time also works with them. You may have noticed that when we lifted our arms up high, we held on to baby's hands, and when we put their arms down low, just to add to that sensory touch, you can run your hands just down baby's arm and at their hands. And because we're talking about sensory time, we want to also be talking to the babies about what it is we're doing. We can talk about when they're up high, down low, up high, down low. All of that will help with their development because sensory time is so important for babies. It's a great time for caregivers and baby, but it's also important because it helps with interactive play. It helps with body awareness, just helping them start to learn that left and right and the different parts of their body and how they can use them. As they get older, they might want to reach for the feather, and we want to encourage that. If you're worried about it, you can always use a scarf too if you don't want them to be able to grab that feather when they get older. It helps with their language development for you to be talking to them all the time. And it will help with their fine and gross motor skills. It even helps with eating and learning how older to grasp a pencil because they will have that practice with sensory. And every time you do sensory play with them, it's going to increase all of those neurons firing in their brains, and they will just grow and grow. So let's get started with our first feather sensory play. I'm going to lay this one down. If they would rather sit up, then again you can just sit them on your lap. I'm going to start with this bigger feather. And we're going to start on baby's right side. Yes, baby, we're going to start over here on your right side. You can talk to baby about what side you're using. And we're just going to wave the feather. Yeah, our baby's going to grab the feather. There we go. We're going to wave our feather and sing. We're going to wave and wave and wave and stop. We're going to wave and wave and wave and stop. We're going to wave and wave and wave some more. We're going to wave and wave and stop. Should we try the other side? Let's try the other side, yes. And this is where you can track. Does baby follow the feather? And make sure they're tracking with their eyes. We're going to wave and wave and wave and stop. We're going to wave and wave and wave and stop. Wave and wave and wave and wave and stop. Now we're going to wave some more. Notice how the babies are tracking the feather with their eyes. You can talk about going from the left to the right. I think they're liking their feathers. So we're going to keep doing this spatial awareness with their bodies in the right and left and movement. And we're going to sing another song. So we're going to start with the feathers up high in the air and see if they can follow them down. There are feathers in the air, in the air. There are feathers in the air, in the air. There are feathers in the air. There are feathers in your hair. Oh yes, baby likes that when we run that across the top of their head. Oh yes. There are feathers in the air. We went up high. Now let's take it a little higher. There are feathers way up high, way up high. There are feathers way up high, way up high. There are feathers in the sky. There are feathers way up high. So we've been at the top of baby's head. Let's talk about the bottom, baby. Let's go down low. We can lift up baby's foot. Stroke the feather on the foot a little bit. There are feathers way down low, way down low. There are feathers way down low, way down low. There are feathers by your toe. There are feathers way down low. Let's get those other toes, baby. As you can see, this can be very calming and soothing for baby. And as long as they're enjoying this, we will just keep right on going. This time we're going to try and see if the babies like this on their tummies. We're going to keep going. And if you want, you can always just take your feather. And I've been using a black and white feather, but I'm going to switch. Look, I have this beautiful red feather. Yes, this one's a little softer. And you can always just touch baby with it and talk about the parts of their body. Elbow, and our hand. And let's get those knees and our feet. Yeah, get our feet. Yeah, baby thinks that's funny. And I'm going to go ahead and hold this one up. If you have an older child, one that's sitting up, you can do it this way. And our friends are going to, we're going to go round and round the garden. And you can go round on baby's tummy. But I'm going to go ahead and do the back. We don't want to neglect the back. Well, also. Round and round the garden like a teddy bear. One step, two step, tickle you under there. Oh my goodness, look at your arms. Round and round the garden like a wee mouse. Down the stair in the wee house. Oh, we'll get our feet this time. Babies definitely like the feet. Go back to their tummies one more time. Round and round the garden like a teddy bear. One step, two step, tickle you under there. You don't want to neglect those legs though. I think this time I'll go to the back of baby's knees and see if they like that. Round and round the garden like a wee mouse. Down the stair in the wee house. Tickle you there. Now, before we close out, it's important to just pay attention to baby signs. If they're getting tired or seem hungry or it's too much, then that's the time to stop. But if they're enjoying it, you can just keep right on going. It's a great time with your baby, and it just helps them to become more aware of their body and to hear you talking to them. All of those are going to have great benefits for you and baby. As babies get older and they become toddlers, you can add more steps to your feather play. One thing that is great for babies as they get older is to put a feather on your hand. You want to put a little feather on your hand? And you can just show baby how to gently blow the feather. And when they're toddlers, a great game to play with these feathers is to practice blowing the feather. Sometimes it's easier for kids if you turn it over and put it on the back of your hand. But they can practice blowing the feathers, and this will actually help them with eating and learning how to engage with their environment with food. You can blow it off your hand, and your toddler can try to catch it. When my kids were little, I used to stand at the top of the stairs and I would let the feathers fall through the air, and I would give them a basket and they would run and try to catch it. And all of those things just help them work on their motor skills. But we're going to close up with this little piggy with our feather. And if it calms baby, yeah, just keep playing with those feathers and touching their skin. It's very calming for them. At the end of this little piggy, we're going to scoop our babies up in a great big hug. So here we go. I'm going to start with my pink feather. Yeah, I think I'll start up top on baby's head. And I'll just move from different parts of the body and pick up the baby when we're done. This little piggy went to market. Oh, baby likes that on their head. This little piggy stayed home, down to their hand. This little piggy had roast beef. Now I've got your knee. Down to the toes. This little piggy had none. Here we go, we're going to scoop up our babies. And this little piggy cried, wee, 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 all the way home. So we hope that you enjoyed this time with these adorable little ones and that you enjoy your time at home with your own little ones. You can call the Coldwater branch of the Branch District Library and you can ask for one of these sensory kits. You'll get all of the songs and finger plays along with 3 different feathers so that you can have your own sensory time with baby. You can also call if you're at other branches. You can call over to Coldwater and ask them to have one sent over for you. And during this 6 weeks of Tales and Tales summer reading program, we'll have 3 different baby sensory kits for you. So keep checking back to our website and our Facebook page to see what we have. Thanks for joining us.